الحمد لله نحمده ونستعينه ونستغفره ونعوذ بالله من شرور أنفسنا وسيئات أعمالنا من يهده الله فلا مضل له ومن يضلل فلا هادي له وأشهد أن لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له وأشهد أن محمدا عبده ورسوله صلى الله عليه وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم تسليما كثيرا أما بعد. Tonight, inshallah ta'ala, we're not going to have the class as we usually do, but rather we're going to try to review together, inshallah ta'ala. I didn't get to prepare the class for tonight, so inshallah I didn't want to cancel it, so we can, inshallah ta'ala, study together, review some matters. If someone wants to share something with us, you want to open your notes, the book, read a hadith or two, and we discuss. You want to talk about something else, it's up to you, inshallah. Jazakumullah khair. But first, who can remind us of the importance of the study in the Sunnah of the Seerah of the Prophet ﷺ? Why is it so important to study the Seerah of the Prophet ﷺ? No. Speak up so they can hear you. No. Alhamdulillah. What else? Why is it so important? Is it first important to study Seerah? I didn't even want to ask that question. No, I see. Ahsant. Because we are ordered to follow him, to follow his example. If we don't know his life, what did he do, how he worshipped Allah, how he, he was in all of his, at home, at the masjid, on his travels, how are we going to follow him if we don't know about him? No. Ahsant. You gotta love this man, the best of mankind. The Seerah will help us. The more you know about this man, because he's the best of mankind. We as a human, we always like the nice people. Somebody who's nice to you, kind. You like the believers. And your nafs stay away from the evil people, mainly the mushrikeen, the polytheists. You don't love the mushrikeen. We don't love the disbelievers. Yeah, we live with them according to the Seerah. That's another point. Likewise, they don't love the innovators, the people that innovate in the deen of Allah. But they don't live in another planet. They live amongst us. So how are we going to deal with the kuffar? How are you going to deal with the mushrikeen? How are you going to deal with the innovators? Because the Prophet ﷺ, he dealt with the kuffar, he dealt with the mushrikeen. So how are you going to deal with the people who have bad manners, bad akhlaq? Sometimes they may be your family. Some people, Allah tests you. Somebody in your family, they have bad manners. Sometimes they be in the community you come to and pray. People have poor and bad manners. Deception, lie, slander, backbiting. So how do you deal with all of these people? People that sin openly or commit sin, how we deal with them? All of these things, you learn it in the Seerah of the Prophet. Now, تفضل. repeat, but I got a headache. تفضل. نعم, say that again. نعم. أي نعم, أحسنت. I just want to share with you something, Jazakallah khair, because Sheikh Umar Muhammad Bazmoul, Dr. Muhammad Bazmoul, Hafidahullah, I heard him, I was listening to some of his classes. He was explaining some points of Seerah, and he was mentioned this, to what I just said earlier, that in the Seerah you learn how to deal with the people, especially the Jews, Christian. Because some people, they think that's it. They Jew, Christian, you don't talk to them, you don't deal with them, no business, they don't sit, they don't come around you. No. But when you go to the Seerah of the Prophet ﷺ, you find, he mentioned some examples. There's many examples. So he mentioned that the Jews, they used to attend some of the gatherings of the Prophet ﷺ. وَكَانُوا يَتَعَاطَسُونَ. Who can explain this? Who can translate first? وَكَانُوا يَلَا بَدَّرْدَا. You first. You don't mind, right? كان اليهود يجلسون عند رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. The Jews, because when the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم made hijrah from Mecca to Medina, there was 3 tribes of the Jews. Who are those tribes of the Jews that used to be in Medina? Bani Qurayza, Banu Qaynuqa and Banu Nadir. Ahsant. As for Banu Qaynuqa and Banu Nadir, the Prophet ﷺ, he expelled them because of many fitna and them. They didn't keep the promises and the covenant that the Prophet ﷺ, he didn't kick them out. But he says, look, this is some thing that we have to do. But these 2 tribes of the Jews, they were expelled first. Later on, Banu Qurayza, they break the covenant as well. Okay, and Allah ordered the Prophet ﷺ to go and make hisar, a siege. We know the story, alhamdulillah. So the Jews, they used to come to the Prophet ﷺ, وَكَانُوا يَتَعَاطَسُونَ. نعم أبو الدرداء. What does it mean? وَكَانُوا يَتَعَاطَسُونَ. ها؟ لا not يتعاطشون بالشين بالسين يتعاطسون.
نعم. وكانوا يتعاطسون. النعسان مثل الإنسان.
نعسان؟ لا يتعاطسون هذه من أين؟ جزاك الله. يتعاطسون. نعم. هناك عين وألف وطاء وسين وواو ونون وقبلها ياء وتاء. يتعاطسون. من يعرف هذا؟ كانوا يتعاطسون. نعم لقمان. سبيكر. لا أولا نريد أن نعرف ما معنى كانوا يتعاطسون. First, we want to know what does it mean. كانوا يتعاطسون. They make themselves sneeze. They make themselves sneeze. Why? He mentioned something. Why? Why do you think they was doing that, Luqman? He says to interrupt the Prophet ﷺ. لماذا? أحسنت. Not for that. Not for interrupting. لا. So that the Prophet ﷺ will say to them what? يرحمكم الله. See, they know he's a prophet. They know his dua is important. The Jews who disbelieve in him, but they wanted that dua. They want to hear the Prophet ﷺ say, oh Allah, have mercy on them. يرحمكم الله. But what the Prophet ﷺ used to do? He used to say, يهديكم الله. May Allah guide you to the truth. Allahu Akbar. So the Shaykh, he says, هذه يصلح بالكم. أنت لما واحد يعتز يقول الحمد لله رحمك الله يهديكم. So he said this is one of the many incidents that yes, the Prophet ﷺ, he dealt with the Jews. Another example that مات رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم. عندك حسين أنت تترجم هذه، تترجم إن شاء الله. نعم. مات رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ودرعه مرهونة عند يهودي. مات رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم ودرعه مرهونة عند يهودي في كذا وكذا صاع من الشعير. لكن don't worry about the last one. Shield. أحسنت. With a Jew. أين. This is another example. Sheikh, he mentioned it himself, and other Mashaykh they mention. Yes, you hate the shirk and the mushrikeen, but Allah has made certain things and mu'amalat to deal with them. Like, for example, in accordance to what Allah has legislated, of course. So, for example, look, the Prophet ﷺ, he died while his shield, one of his shield for the armor for the harb, he was impounded for some barley that the Prophet ﷺ has borrowed and taken from that Jew, and he kept his armor, or his shield actually. So it's permissible to deal with the kuffar, but as long as you know. Some people, they go to one extreme or the other. Some they go to one extreme, don't deal with them, nothing. Others, they go to the other extreme, they befriend them, and it's okay, take them like their brothers and friends. La, you gotta be in a middle course. Now, what else, Ikhwan? Are you talking about those people that they camp and knock at houses? Usually the Jehovah's Witnesses do that, but other people do that too. Yeah, Jehovah's Witnesses are Christian too. Yeah, it doesn't matter. You have two choices to do. Okay?
Don't argue with
it. All right, in this case, there is three things to do instead of two. Of course, one thing we all agree on, that these people, they got no haqq to present to us, okay? This is nothing. Is a person willing to talk to them or not? This is what the point. And if a person is, and this has nothing to do with you have time or not. This has to do you have knowledge. Because those people, now they may have shubuhat, they bring doubts. Some of them, they may really know stuff about Islam, and they're going to tell you here and there, and they may bring you some ayahs in the Quran. They don't tell you in the first, because it happened with me sometimes. They see me in Walmart, here and there, they come and talk to me. I listen to them. Because I try to learn how they give da'wah themselves to others. So I listen to them. I said, you don't mind, I'm shopping, you walk with me? They don't mind. So I'm shopping, they walk with me, the aisles. Whenever I see them, they're about to finish, I tell them, what you just said, can you repeat? So me, I learned from them, I learned what they talking to others, what they saying. Huh? No, I'm just telling you me, because I do da'wah. No. Listen, I'm just telling you, that's why I said they have shubuhat. Okay? Me, I have a reason why I was listening to them. Because I do da'wah, I have to know so I can encounter them and the like. But if someone doesn't, is not grounded in the basics himself, and he don't have no clue, because the ulama, they says not only that you have to know your religion, but you have to know the doubts. Like I told you, sometimes they bring you ayat, akhi. And they're like, if you don't know the tafsir of the ayah, they bring you ayah from here and ayah from there and tell you this is contradicting each other's. Apparently, looks they are contradicting each other, but they are not. So what are you going to do? So the advice is that if a person, for example, don't have knowledge to talk to them and give them da'wah, then you just don't talk to them. If you see them from the window, just ignore them. They're just going to knock a little bit and leave. If you happen to open the door and they're there, then we have to display the manners of Islam. How you doing? No, hi. They say hi. And then they, what can I do for you? Then they say, we're here. Because they don't tell you we're Christian, we're calling you to Christianity. They don't say that. They just want to have a conversation. They're like, we're in a neighborhood. So you did have a conversation. You didn't just say, how you doing, shut the door. You see. So you did have a little conversation.
I told them that book is false.
You told them that. Jazakallah khair. Barakallah. La, if a person is not ready to talk to them, and it's like I told you, a person should protect himself. You're going to worry about yourself before giving him da'wah, because they're very vicious, these guys. Because some of them, I don't know of all of them, but they go to trainings. They take seminars for that stuff, man. Yeah, they take seminars and they teach them. They're like, look, you're going to go deal with so many people, Muslims, this, and they teach them. And they teach them shubuhat. They says, look, in their book, this. Their prophet married this girl 7 years old. He has 11 women wives. This, that, many shubuhat and doubts. Some Muslims, they don't even know that the Prophet ﷺ married Aisha when she was 9. They don't know. So that's a shock. You see? That become a shock to them. They be arguing, no, the Prophet would never do that. This is our Prophet. They're like, are you sure? Never. Why would he do that? A'udhu billah, astaghfirullah. You see? Then they said to him, here's Sahih Bukhari, right here. That's your book. No, you made that. You see? If a person don't know, he just excuse himself. He says, look, I'm a Muslim, and actually this Christianity is not for me. They will tell you, but we just want to talk, we want to hear about your religion. Tell them, go to the mosque, Masjid Tawheed, and ask for the Imam. So you tell them. That's it. Tell them, look, I'm not qualified to talk, because you teach them now a principle in the deen that not everybody talk about the deen. Just tell them, look, I'm not interested in what you are calling to. I'm a Muslim. If they said to you, usually they say, okay, have a good day. Then you go by your business. But sometimes they say, okay, well, why don't you tell us something about your religion? Tell them, I'm not qualified to talk about it, because our religion is based on knowledge. I can refer you to someone that can talk to you. Okay? Here is Masjid Tawheed, here is the address, here is the name of the person. His name Imam Khalif. Go to him. He will find time for you. You never know. They may come and talk to you. But we're not going to sit there and talk to them if you're not ready to. You don't know how they function, how they work. No.
Allah tells us in Surah that we cannot argue with the people of Scripture. Leave them alone. That's what Allah said.
Well, that's what I just said to you. Didn't I just say you leave them alone? That's what we're just talking about. No, they are to be given da'wah. The kuffar, you give them da'wah, but not everybody give da'wah. If they come giving you da'wah, and you're qualified, you're a person that give da'wah, you talk to them. But keep in mind, once many of them, if not most of them, if not all of them, once they know you know something, they're the one that are going to cut that conversation. And they're going to tell, oh, you know what, well, have a good day. They want to talk only to those who don't know so they can corrupt them and bring the shubuhat. But once they get to someone who they know and tell them, hey, come here, this, that, they're the one they want to leave. You know. يلا بالدردة. You're looking at me like you want to say something. تفضل جزاك الله. أوله وآخره. ها؟ You can't because you're already doing something. How are you going to do that? How are you going to get out? Somebody's already. لا أوله وآخره is for the food, not for the bathroom. لا. هذا الحديث ورد في الأكل والشرب. If someone forget to say Bismillah before eating, then he say Bismillah awwalahu wa akhirahu. Whenever they remember, it's not for the bathroom. This is not for whatever you forget a dua. Okay? But if a person forget the dua, that's it. They finish and came out, alhamdulillah. Okay? إن شاء الله هذا الظاهر الحديث في أوله. الله أعلم إذا ذكر قال ذلك قبل، الله أعلم، ما عندي شيء في ذلك. نعم حسين. السيرة الشمائل أحسنت. أي نعم. It's a part of the Sirah, but it's better to say Shama'il. Naam, yes, one of the reasons why, alhamdulillah, you study Shama'il, the depiction of the Prophet ﷺ, because you learn how he looked, his physical, his face, his eyes, his height, his complexion, his build, his hair, you see, his shoulders, everything. So that you, if you see in a dream that you saw the Prophet ﷺ, then now you will know if you really saw him, you saw somebody else. So if you know the descriptions and you saw that the person that fits the description, alhamdulillah, hani'an lak, you saw the Prophet ﷺ. Shaykh Abdul Razzaq al-Badr, he says that I think he was in a class, one of the class, maybe his father, Muhammad al-Ansari, or one of the mashayikh. And a man came to the Shaykh and said, Ya Shaykh, he saw the Prophet ﷺ in a dream. And the man was very happy. Then the Shaykh said, describe what you saw. He said, he saw this tall man with yellow hair and a tie, shaved beard. So the Sheikh said, that's a shaitan. You saw a shaitan. You didn't see no Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the Sheikh Abdul Razzaq قال هذا شيطان إفرنجي. So this is a Satan one? like a European or something, from those European, from the West. There's no beard, the tie, and he says the Prophet. See, that's ignorance. Automatically, if you see something like that, and you know the features of the Prophet, his depiction, you know that you didn't see no Prophet. So don't tell nobody anything about it. So, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. You know. نعم for السيرة الحمد لله نعم. But you can start with in the Sirah, the ulama, they recommend to start with the Mukhtasar, Sirat al-Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam, the abridged book by Sheikh Muhammad Abdul Wahab. It's in English, alhamdulillah. The abridged Sirah, alhamdulillah, you can start with that. نعم نصير. When you learn the Sirah and the Shama'il, subhanAllah, you see how simple his life sallallahu alaihi wasallam was. Very simple. Remember, we studied the food, the utensil he used, his home. Look at the house he lived in, the hujra. It's very simple. Not spacious like Sheikh Umar Fallata, rahimahullah, he said he was like 2 meters by 2 or 3 meters. That's his bedroom. So that's why that explains that when the Prophet Aisha radiallahu anha, she said that when the Prophet get up and make tahajjud, when he recites, she still sleep. She still sleep. She said that when he wants to prostrate, he will touch her feet so she can get her feet around his way. SubhanAllah. He said, Sheikh Fallata, rahimahullah, he says now people, they got like a bedroom, man, like 6 meters, 8 meters, and still not satisfied, not happy. And the pillow of the Prophet ﷺ was filled with what? Who knows? Leaves. With leaves. The pillows that we use now, they filled with what? Cotton, feather, this, that. 1-800 my pillow, this, that. You can order them on Amazon. SubhanAllah. To sleep on Prophet ﷺ, his bed, and we're going to learn that stuff in the upcoming chapters. This doesn't mean that the ulama, they said, this doesn't mean that if you sleep on a nice mattress or you have a good pillow that's haram. That's not haram. But no, this help you to look at those matters. If you live in a time like we live in a time when these things are available, but then you just say, SubhanAllah, man, alhamdulillah for the ni'am of Allah. Look at the mattresses we sleep on. Look at the homes we live in. Homes equipped with electricity and hot water and cold water and AC, heat, many things. 5-bedroom house, and you got the porch, and you got sunroom, and you got this, you got upstairs, downstairs, finished basement, kitchen loaded, dishwasher, stove, this, subhanAllah. You look at it doesn't mean once you study the seerah you go, sell all that stuff and sleep on the floor. That's not what I mean. But you, whenever you look, whenever you turn the water, alhamdulillah. People, they used to have a little jar of water. Now you go and turn on take a shower and the hot water is right there, ready for you. You don't have to wait for half an hour. As soon as you turn it, it's right there. 3 seconds, not even. Hot water is there. So when you do ibadah, this will help you to constantly thank Allah and be upon remembrance of Allah. The food, especially in our time, food available everywhere. The Sahaba and the Prophet ﷺ, when they used to go for a journey, Prophet ﷺ, he traveled a lot. They used to have to take the food with them. But all you have to do, take a card with you, the bank card or some money. People, Allah has made many people doing that for you. Kuffar cooking for you. Kuffar get up early at 4 o'clock in the morning to load up those. Some kuffar, they have third shift loading those shelves for you, Muslim, ya akhi. And of others, of course. This is how you look at it, so you can thank Allah. People, they spend the night, you sleep, but they work stuck in the shelves. So you, the Muslim, after Fajr, you go to Walmart and the shelves are ready for you. Managers come early in the morning, 4 o'clock, open the doors. So you thank Allah. Can you imagine you live in an area when there's nothing around? Nothing. If you want to eat, you have to go and catch something, and whatever is available, dates and water. So instead of having, say that's all we have, when someone's mother cook or someone's wife cook or his daughter or whatever the case, and instead of thanking her, Jazakallah khairan, this is delicious, this is awesome, this is good. Sandwich, tuna sandwich. But you gotta appreciate the effort first. And thank Allah for that. That make that available. How many times we learned in the Seerah and the Shama'il, the Prophet ﷺ would come to his wives, not just one. Anything to eat? Nothing. No food. No food. And he's the best of mankind. So when you get up and the wife already have something for you, don't just be picky and what is this, what is that. So alhamdulillah, other people don't have this food. There are Muslims as we speak, they're in refugee camps. They don't know where they eat, when they're going to eat. Still a person going to say, look, I don't like my toast like that. Ya akhi, taqillah, say Bismillah and eat. Other people don't have nothing. See, that's what Seerah, humble a person and make him appreciate the ni'mah of Allah. And appreciate the ni'mah and not to be extravagant. And that's the purpose of these classes, so that we can change our lives around and adapt our lives according to what we are learning from the Seerah. Allah guide us to Islam, guide us to Sunnah. We're not going to keep doing it the same way. We change our names and the way we look, and we're still going to shop like the kuffar shop. Just go and load 2-3 cards. And then sometimes we put stuff in the fridge, we don't even know it's there. Until we start smelling, you open the fridge, bad stuff. You didn't buy it bad. We buy stuff and we load it instead of buying a little bit at a time. A little bit at a time, mashallah. Cook it and eat it. Some of us, we cook a lot, we don't eat. What they do with it? Containers. But some, yes, mashallah, jazakumullah khairan, they heat up that same food and eat it later on. Some, they just leave them there for 3, 4, 5 days and then throw them away. Some they think like, no, leftover. No, who eat leftover? Come on, man. Nobody should eat leftover. That's ni'mah from Allah. Food. And He will save you money. Aina, mashallah. Nah. Muhammad, give us a benefit in your language. Ahsant. Nah, that has related to the point we just mentioned. The Prophet ﷺ used to come and ask, is there any food? No food. Then he says, I'm fasting. What food is that, Muhammad? What fast is that? I'm sorry. The voluntary fast. I know. Two conditions. So look, now the Prophet ﷺ, he's asking after Fajr. After Fajr. In the morning. Any food? They say, no, we have no food. Then the Prophet ﷺ says, what? I'm fasting. So can a person start his fasting after Fajr? Yes, he can, but voluntary fast. And another condition? Huh? Any day? Any day, he says? Go ahead. Sunday night?
Sunday in the morning.
Yeah, Sunday in the morning, yeah. You're asking like, can you fast, voluntary fast any day? The ulama, they mention when you come to the voluntary fast, from the ahadith that they mention, and there is khilaf anyway for Saturday, but there is some, like for Friday, for example. If someone wants to single out Friday, you can't do that. Because we have a hadith, the Prophet ﷺ, he found one of his wives fasting on Friday. He said to her, did you fast yesterday? She says, no. You having the intention to fast tomorrow? No. He says, don't fast. So the ulama, they deduct from that if someone wants to fast Friday, then he should fast one day before it or day after it. As for, unless if that Friday fall into one of those days that are highly recommended, like Arafat, for example. Same thing applies for Saturday. Some of the ulama from the contemporary scholar Sheikh Al-Albani, he's an opinion that you don't fast Saturday, period. Unless if that fast is obligatory upon you. That's his opinion. He's from the muhaddithin, from the ulama. Of course, he's for alim. He didn't base his opinion on Sheikh Nasser is one of the great ulama of our time. He's praised by subhanallah, by his peers. Sheikh bin Baz praised him, Ibn Uthaymeen, Sheikh Muqbil. Many of the great scholars of our time, they praised and they know the makana. But then they said, no, we don't agree with him because there is other ahadith and this. Especially when, if for example, Arafat fall on Saturday, or Muharram, the 10th of Muharram, Ashura, they said, no, you fast. You fast. No. Now hold on, we finished. Didn't finish the point. So we says that yes, for voluntary fast, it's not a condition that you have the intention before Fajr. You can start fasting after Fajr until Dhuhr. But there's another condition. Ahsant. You didn't eat anything or do anything that usually break the fast. Okay? No.
Someone talked
I will ask the same thing. Where is the proof for 2 days? Here is a proof for 3 days, but I don't know, it's proof for 2 days. Now, actually what they, Wallahu A'lam, what they were referring to is when somebody swear by Allah, take an oath, and they break it. Then they expiate for that. There is an expiation. Huh? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. They expiate it according to what Allah has taught us in the Quran. Okay? To feed or clothe 10 poor people, or free a slave, Muslim raqaba. At the end, if he cannot do these things, that's the choice between those two. If he can't, then he fasts 3 days. Not 2 days, 3. No. لا ممكن. It's time. من قال لك؟ أنت نومي مكتوم. عندك فائدة في فانيدة. ساكن موجود. تكيف الصوت دير. تفضل. تفضل. من تفضل. But we're here actually getting benefits. جزاك الله. أي نعم, the seal nectars. مختصر سيرة الرسول. The abridged Sirah, biography of the Prophet ﷺ. It's in English. We did that book here, alhamdulillah. So, finished it. The abridged Sirah, نعم, of Sheikh Muhammad bin Abdul Wahab. نعم أبا حامد. أحسنت. Prophet ﷺ is an example for us. He was a leader, he was an imam, he was a teacher, he was a khatib, he was a friend, he was a husband, he was a father, he was a stepfather, he was a son-in-law, he was a neighbor, he was a teacher. You can't find, anybody can be the best at what he is if we learn how the Prophet ﷺ did it. Fun.
Supposed to look at his life and reflect it on ours, and thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
I know. And that's the main objective. We learn it so we can adapt our lives to the knowledge we're gaining. And knowledge mandates actions. Ahsant. Very good point, because he mentioned that Ahlul Bidah, the innovators, Sufiya and all of them, they speak ill of the people who they adhere to the Sunnah, because the Ahlul Sunnah, they study the Seerah of the Prophet ﷺ. The people of innovation, they don't study the Seerah. They use the Seerah for barakah, tabarruk. That's why you find them in the innovation of the Mawlid. the celebration of the Prophet ﷺ, which is an innovation, they revived that night with reading the seerah. But the seerah was not done for that. You gotta study it so that you can learn, and we correct our lives, our mistakes, and we do the things to the best of our abilities. And Jazakallah, that's a good point. And now, because they don't understand the seerah, they're the one that love the Prophet. Yeah, you're gonna love the Prophet ﷺ by going against his sunnah, by innovating. No. تفسير القرآن سيرة أحسنت أي نعم سيرة help us to understand the Quran, because many events we have a lot of Quran was revealed in the like of these events. No. Ahsant, I know. Appoint them to somebody who you know he can give them. If they truthful and they wants to know, then they can come to that place, to that person you refer them. That's all you have to do. I know. Sallallahu alaihi wa sallam ala Muhammad wa alihi wa sallam.